Ba-da-da-da-da-da. All right, there we go. This should be working nice, fine, and dandy today. All right, let's go. Beautiful. A lot of mobs here. All right. Hey, stop shooting me, you fucker. Oh, ping is fine. All right. Well, hello there. It's me, Oxilian, here back from 2B2T. I'm trying to go to the world border in vanilla, so no cheats, no hacks whatsoever. Also, I'm doing this travel in the overworld, so no nether travel allowed. Anyways, let's go. Beautiful. Alright, as you can see, I am beyond 9 million blocks now. That might not seem a lot, but I started last year before summer. So in the year 2025, before summer, I started this crazy travel. And I'm traveling exactly at the x-axis, so trying to stay as close to it as possible. And whenever I see one of these, if I can land on there, there we go, I got it destroyed. You might be wondering, why do you destroy these things? Well, just because. People always keep asking. Anyways, here we go. Hello, Dancy Boy. Beautiful to see you. Hello. Alright. I'm so happy that the stream is working fluently today. I had to tinker a little bit with the options in my OBS because it was making some problems. So it looked like my game was really stuttering. And the solution was I just had to turn down my bitrate. Oh, here we have the first beautiful crazy terrain generation. Right as we begin the stream. We got a floating village. Huh. Yeah, you're right, boy. Dancy Boy says, such a beautiful afternoon to play some Minecraft. That's true. Because outside it's just too hot. It has over 30 degrees Celsius in my area and, well, it's too hot. Alright, let's investigate this little oddity. As you can see, some of the houses floating. This is due to 2B2T's strange terrain generation. Yeah, let's go a little bit higher and have a top view of this. This is amazing. And over there it looks like is another village. So right next to this one, there is this village. And here we might have a chance to come across something peculiar. Because sometimes it happens that houses get generated underwater. But unfortunately, this time there is no such occurrence. But still, I find it awesome that some of the paths are floating here. Then it's on the surface of the water, and again, yeah, it's floating. This is just beautiful. Yeah, and from here you can see the floaty village. This is just awesome. Alright, let's continue. There is the next village. Alright, alright. Now you know why I'm traveling so slow. Because I want to investigate every strange thing I can find. Well, this house generated normally, but if we take a look at the path blocks, they're up on the ice spikes, which should normally not be like this. I find it really hilarious. Finding things like that. And the rest of the village, yeah, it looks normal. Yeah, nothing apart from these path blocks in the air. Alright, let's go. Oh, my ping is too high. 3.5k ping. And we started to fly. Beautiful. 3.5k ping. Alright. 4k ping. I hope that the stream is at least stable. That's crazy. I hope I don't get disconnected now. But 5k ping? Looks okay. Alright, and I fall into the water. I'm in the air again. I fall into the water. Alright. And it got disconnected. Yeah, this is what playing on 2v2t is sometimes like. I hope I don't drown when I relog. Alright, let's just reconnect again. Refresh the servers. And join again. Either I'm in the water or I'm in the air. We will see. Come on. Pending connection to 2v2t. Reconfiguring. And we're alive. Beautiful. Yeah, the ping is sometimes really, really bad. Where are we flying to? This way. There we go. Yeah, we gotta be right in the middle here. That's it. Alright, 150 ping. There we go. This is also a reason why it takes me so long, not only because I love to explore these little oddities along the way, but also because the server sometimes fucks me over. And I'm so happy I can say these words at least in chat while streaming, because on 2v2t, when you try to say words like a gardening tool like hoe, for example, it gets censored. So the most toxic server with the most toxic hate speech in chat just got regulated. I think it's funny that I can now leave chat normally open and don't have to censor it or something like that. Alright. Let's see what we can find today. Oh, the Elijah needs an exchange, at least. Alright. Two turtles, beautiful. Yeah, if the ping gets too high, I just relog sometimes and normally it fixes it. Problem is, I'm living in Austria, in Europe, and the servers of 2v2t are located in North America, as far as I know. So my packets have to travel over half of the world and back. So of course I have a ping around 150 to 200. But today chunk loading is fine. Internet connection is stable, the stream is working, and I can continue my travel. And I can finally use all these rockets I crafted for about 1.5 weeks on my creeper farm, which I built on the fly, because when you run out of anything on this travel, if it is durability, rockets, food, whatever, you gotta make it yourself, because nobody's gonna come out and drop you anything. So most of the time I'm on my own. Dancy Boy asks, which server do I like more, Constantium or 2b2t? It's a hard question. I like both servers, but for different reasons. 2b2t I like more because of this travel. This travel is perfect to do on 2b2t because the terrain generation is much more fucked up on this server, because it is such an old map and so many players played throughout the times and loaded different chunks, which makes this travel especially interesting on 2b2t. Considering the community on 2b2t, well, I don't know a lot of people because most of the time I'm traveling here alone. And Constantium, I just love Constantium because of the community. If you want to do any project, just ask in chat and someone is willing to help you with that. So, community-wise, building together, just playing together, traveling together is much more intense on Constantium. The community is tighter, but is much more active. If you look at chat here, for example, most of the things you see are death messages from Backshot Roulette. And no one else is writing in chat. No one else. So, even though there are, at least the game says, 523 people online, nobody writes in chat. So, either they're playing for themselves, talking on Discord or whatever, but around 50% of the people on here are bots. Otherwise, on Constantium, usually there is just 1 or 2 bots. One is Mumu, and the other one is, I guess, is the Imperial bot. And these are the 2 bots we've got on Constantium. So, because of the activeness of the players, that's why I love Constantium. I hope, Dancy Boy, this answers your question. And I gotta say it, just for the meme, I'm Oxilian. But this works better on Constantium. On 2b2t, not a lot of players know me. And right now I gotta say it's really good, because the way I'm traveling, if more people knew about my travels, there would definitely be people who would be hunting me because they don't like when people are having fun. And I'm showing my cards all the time, so if anyone who wants to follow me, they can. And I usually show also my logout spots, so if you want to trap me, you can do this as well. But nobody did that in the last year. And I think that's beautiful. Oh, there is another one of these. You know what I gotta do? Always when I find one of these, I gotta do this. There we go. And let's continue flying. I think most of the chunks we can see here are completely new, even though we don't see kelp, but newer chunks load as slow as you can see now. If the chunks were older, they would load much faster, and that way I usually know if the chunks are old or new. If I just take a look how fast they load in. Is this the desert? Yeah. So we might find a desert temple? Maybe. But I doubt it, because it's a really small stretch of land. So the chances of finding one are really slim. No, it doesn't look like it. Silence underscore TW says hello. Well, I say hello to you as well. Alright, no desert temple found. And not even a desert well. Well, this happens. Oh, there is another one of these pesky portals. Gotta take care of this. Oh, also someone has their bed right here. So I hope they loaded it. Let's see, got the silk torch here. I'm only taking the e-chest. So if you reload, well, that's all you have. But I'm never gonna destroy any bed. Never. I love to destroy the e-chests and the portals, but I will always leave the beds there. Because when I think, or just dream of, somebody respawns at their bed, they have nothing, they have no e-chest next to them, and they gotta re-gear themselves to be able to light a nether portal. So I'm the one who is giving them back the fun of trying to re-gear. At least that's what I'm imagining when doing this on my travels. Alright. Oh, here we have one chunk wide area, which might have been loaded by Boatfly a long time ago. That's the reason why it is only one chunk wide, because that person was traveling at an enormous speed. There we have another portal. Beautiful. And let's go. Silence underscore TW asks, why don't I use these beds as respawn points? Well, it's easy. I don't use beds placed by players because someone else might destroy them. And I don't want to get sent back to spawn if I die. The way I set my beds is if I find a village along the way where I'm traveling, and in a house there is a bed naturally spawned, I'll use that bed, and I will never place open an e-chest. I will just look for a chest nearby and place an e-chest inside of that chest. So no other players will suspect that in a village where the beds are normally spawned, nobody will grieve it if they don't see unnatural bed or an e-chest placed somewhere. So that's my way of circumventing being sent back to spawn. Just using the normal villages. And I have to do it like this because I had been traveling nearly a year and I'm not even close to 10 million. So if I get sent back, well, I have to travel for about 1 more year again to get back to where I was. Which wouldn't be a problem, because I installed some creeper farms along the way, also some little fishing huts for repairing my gear, so I won't be left out. because I installed some sort of infrastructure for the next one who wants to travel this crazy journey I'm doing. And here comes the sun. Beautiful. Is this lava or is this a torch? This might be something else. Oh, it's a mine shaft. Ah, there's a spawner. Alright. No, I don't wanna work together with these spiders because they might poison me. Ah, can I show my statistics? Of course. There we go. Alright, general. Let's take some of my statistics while flying. Alright, distance climbed 12 kilometers, distance crouched 11 kilometers, distance fallen 52, distance flown 589, distance sprinted 965 kilometers, distance swum 80 kilometers, distance walked 322 kilometers. What's interesting? Ah, there we go. Distance by boat only 1 kilometer. Distance by elytra, there we go, 11,209 kilometers. Distance by minecart, strangely, only 155 meters. Fish caught 5,600. This I used to repair most of my elytras. What could be else interesting? Interactions with the crafting table, with the furnace. Let's look back again. What could be else interesting? Jumps. 236,000. Mobs killed. 26,000. Now we're getting to the time plate. There we go. Time plate, 12 days. Of these 20 days, I think around 19 days are pure travel time towards the world border. And 24 hours I used, well, to setting up my gear, goofing around at spawn, and just trying to get my bearings on the server. Time since last death. This is what I'm really proud of. 12.43 days. So I haven't died for a long time. And time since last rest, so nearly 24 hours. Time with world open, yeah, it's the same as time played. Alright, let's destroy this portal and then we go back to the statistics again. Like the number of mobs I've killed. There we go. We were in the general tab, let's go down. Alright, raids 1, 0. Shulker boxes, cleaned. Well, 1. 3,000 opened. Sneak time, 10 hours sneaking. Alright. Items. Times mined. Yeah, 17,000 stone. What else? Yeah, 14,000 coal. I mined this many coal just to repair my items and trade with villagers. Because selling them coal is awesome for repairing your items. Sugarcane. I needed this for making my rockets, so of course I did a lot of this. Sand. I also mined a lot of sand to make some glass along the way. Yeah, the other statistics are, well, not that high. But if we're talking mobs, yeah, I've flown over 11 million blocks. If we're talking mobs, I killed 46 bats. And these bats I killed in my last creeper farm, which I made to gather all the rockets I have now. And if you look at my creepers, I killed 10,000 creepers. I think around 6,000 of these creeper kills were in my last creeper farm because I really wanted to do an overkill and get as many rockets as possible. So 46 bats compared to around 6,000 creepers. Then you know my bat farm is really, really sufficient. Alright, what else have I killed? Yeah. Some cave spiders, some chicken, some cod, some dolphins. A lot of drowns, because I found a drown farm. And this was awesome. Over at the drown farm I got a lot of giants. Enderman, well, I only killed 5 so far. Evoker, I killed 8. Yeah. Let's go. Phantoms, yeah, I killed 87 phantoms back when they were still enabled. Silverfish a little bit, but the wither is interesting. I have never killed a wither, and it was only killed 1 time by a wither. And I think this was at spawn. Zombies, around 2,000. That's not a lot, but I've been killed 5 times by zombies. One of these was while I was traveling. I was sent back around 100k blocks. Right, and that were the statistics so far. Not a lot, but at least a little bit. Alright, let's take a look at this little shipwreck, why not? I mean, you can never know. Sometimes you find interesting things in them. Let's see. Yeah, bottle of enchanting, why not? The rest can stay here, don't need it. Let's see if downstairs there is the treasure map. There should be the treasure chest. Yeah, buried treasure map. Is it a real one? Nope. It's an old one. So that's why its ID is 0 and we can't follow it. Because a lot of maps were reset to save on data space. But if it was a new shipwreck that was loaded, there would have been the location of the buried treasure. Oh, Divine Brixman asks, Oxilian, how far are you? Well, there are my coordinates. I'm at 9,067,000 blocks. So 67, well, you know the meme. Alright, here we have something peculiar we're traveling on. As you can see, there is a 1 chunk wide stretch of land going through the woods. I call it the line. This usually stretches exactly along the axis and was generated by someone traveling at an absurd amount of speed. I guess it was by Boatfly around when this server was at 1.12 or earlier, because back then it was possible. And along this 1 chunk wide area I usually find the most janky and funky terrain on my little journey. Yeah, Divine Brixman said 6767, yeah. I'm too old for this meme. I still don't understand it, but people are loving it when you're saying these numbers. And while we are saying funny numbers, why not let's say 69, just to be funny. What else? We could also say the numbers 420. Why not? And I can tell you my favorite number, which is 42, which is the answer to the universe and everything. From the beautiful book series A Hitchhiker's Guide Through the Galaxy. Which was originally the idea for this book came to be because the author was traveling through Europe with a Hitchhiker's Guide Through Europe. And when he was very drunk, he was in Austria, near the city of Innsbruck, and he just went outside of the pub, laid down in a field, and looked at the stars. And his book fell right next to him, and then he looked at his book, which said A Hitchhiker's Guide Through Europe. He looked at the stars and said, well, let's write a book, A Hitchhiker's Guide Through the Galaxy. So, even though the author is an English-speaking person, which and he comes from England, I guess, the book idea was created in Austria, and for that I'm proud of. it was the idea was great that it might be a beautiful country. Alright, this village looks completely normal. Only a few strange occurrences with the path blocks, but apart from that, I guess it's time to continue. Yeah, I think it's really cool to know that little story about Adam Douglas. Douglas Adams. Always switch it around. And most people who don't know anything about Austria might at least know about the book A Hitchhiker's Guide Through the Galaxy. The origin is in Austria. Other famous people from here, for example, Christian Doppler. If you know a little bit about physics, the Doppler effect. When something goes nearer and goes away from you, it makes like a racing car or something like that. And he, made a big study about this, and he was the first one to really notice this effect, and that's why it's called Doppler effect, named after him. What other famous things about Austria? Well, we are at that topic. For example, there is a big movie known all around the world. A reason why people especially travel to Salzburg. The movie is called The Sound of Music. Most of the scenes were filmed here, but because of that film, all people who are not from Austria but have seen the film think that everyone here who is male runs around in a lederhosen, and every female has to run around in a dirndl, which is not true. Only at special church celebratory days we do this, so not all the time. And I think less than 1% of the people in Austria even have seen the film. So if people think, well, when you're in Austria you have to know about the film. No, we don't. It's not a Christmas tradition in here to watch that movie. We have other movies that are Christmas traditions for us, but not Sound of Music. Alright, oh, there is another portal. You know what we gotta do? Let's get there and mine the obsidian. There we go. Let's continue. Jungle is quite new, I guess. Yeah, definitely a new one. Because the chunks are really loading slow. So this has to be newly generated. Oh, there is also some ruins, I guess. Yeah. These are new chunks. How long it's been since I've been in the nether of 2B? I don't know. Definitely before I started doing my travel. I guess the last time... I guess last year in March or so I was in the nether. So a long time ago. And the nether is really boring. So that's why I'm doing the travel in the overworld. It's much more interesting seeing this terrain than instead looking at obsidian and netherrack and bedrock all the time. And Cody Smile 11 is here. Beautiful. All right. You're saying I can't even step in? No, I don't want to step in. Of course, I could step in if I wanted to, but I don't like the nether. And I want to say, when I get to the world border for 30 million blocks, I haven't stepped into the nether once. That's what I'm trying to do. So the whole travel is in the overworld. It's just my own regulations who make me not go into the nether, just because I want to do it like this. I know it's crazy, but why not? Other people have made other crazy travels as well, but on 2B2T, nobody before me ever did a travel like this, with these regulations, without using the nether and only traveling in the overworld along this axis. Dancy Boy says, Cody Smile is happy. Yeah, I think so too. But if you make a smiley, you make a smiley properly. With the double column, the minus, and the closed brackets. Alpha LND 304 says hi. I say hey to you. Oh, and Wanda Brooksman asks if I'm German. No, I'm not German, I'm Austrian. These countries are really close to each other, but we speak a totally different language. Even though both languages are called German, the dialects are so completely different that the Germans most of the time don't understand a word if we are talking in our native slang. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same in English. There are also so many different dialects. If you think of, for example, about North America, there is a big difference if you come from the north or from the south. It is a totally different tone in the language, and some words are even completely different. And if you compare those two languages to, for example, Australian dialects from the big island, it's also completely different. And if you compare these to the people from England, well, it's also completely different. It's the same like in Austria and Germany. Different, same language, but also different. Oh, here we have a chance at finding something funky. Here we have a lonely as road. In between is nothing. Either the houses are flying up there, or some of the roads might be generated underwater. Let's check it out. Unfortunately, nothing underwater today. But the rest is looking quite interesting. Something like Venice, I would say. Alright. Guess the rest is normal. So, let's go. Danceable, yeah. Most of the people think if you speak German, you speak German. No, that's not the case. There are so many different dialects. Everything is called German, but I would say there is a difference, a big difference. I would say it's Austrian, German, and Schweizerdeutsch, for example, which is also somewhat Deutsch, somewhat German, but not completely. There are so many different dialects. And even in Austria, not everybody understands each other. If you, for example, live in the mountains, and you just live in a valley, you might have a completely different dialect than the ones who are living on the other side of the mountain in a different valley. They might have so completely different dialects that they won't be able to understand each other. Oh, here we have a curiosity. I think that's the first one I've ever found so far while traveling straight. It's an abandoned village. That's crazy. There's a creepy boy. There was a creepy boy. Yeah, zombie villagers. Beautiful. Beautiful boys. That's a rarity, if I've ever seen one. And it's also a new village, right? At least it looks like it. Yeah, it's one of the newer villages. But it's a rarity, so that's a plus for me. There we go. Alright, once this elytra's done, I guess I gotta repair again. But I'm really, really lucky, because I still have some shulkers full of bottles of enchanting. And if you know a little bit of the history of me and Constantium, you might know Turbot 44. And if you do, well, he was the one who gave me these shulkers. That's when I first met Turbot 44. And he was so nice as to meet me at 8 million here on 2B2T and gave me a few shulkers of balls of enchanting. And I still have them. Alright, here we have a next oddity. Floating leaves. Reason could be the tree should have generated around here. I think here should be here should have been the stem, right? But only this chunk was loaded, so the chunks around it were not loaded, and that's why you have this partly generated tree. And these leaves will never decay. They will stay. As long as there is no block update telling them that the tree is not there, these will float here forever. Let's go. Oh, burning mobs. Alright, so someone already had traveled here. And it's old chunks. As you can see, the chunks are loading quite fast. And that's when you know someone else already loaded these chunks. So we can zoom through this area without having to wait for the chunks to load. That's beautiful. There is the line again. Beautiful. And I guess it's back to new chunks, yeah. Chunks are loading slower again, and it's chunks I'm loading for the first time. Yeah, really loading slow. But my ping is quite low, under 150. Beautiful. Oh, here we have a special occurrence. I love to find these. Do you see when you look at this? I think you know what I mean, why I love this. Just look at the trees. Look at those trees. There are path blocks inside of them. Awesome. I mean, no tree should ever have path blocks inside of them. But here it is completely normal. Even some of the leaf blocks got exchanged by path blocks themselves. Also there on the top. Ah, I love this. Gotta check out the rest of the village because it has a funky start, so who knows what we might find here. Yeah, more trees with path blocks inside of them. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm doing this travel on 2B2T, because only on 2B2T you find path blocks inside of trees. It's really crazy. Let's take a look at the rest of the buildings. But I think these are normal. Yeah. Yeah, let's go back to the path blocks in the trees. Just awesome. Thank you for the screenshot, dear villager. Yeah. That's the beauty of 2B2T. Alright, I guess I'm gonna fix my elytras real quick. There we go. First one fixed, onto the next one. It's really fast repairing them. There we go, and on to the third one. There we go. And it's back to traveling. But still, I always find it hilarious when I find these beautiful fucked up trees. Oh, another special occurrence. Usually when it is a small tall grass, it is like this, you see? But this is a 2-block tall grass, so this block, this path block, inside of the path block itself should be the top half of this beauty. So there should be 2 blocks on the same spot. And if this block ever gets updated, it will break automatically because this block obstructs it. But as long as this doesn't happen, we have this little oddity right here. I love to find these fucked up things. Let's go. What will I do when I run out of experience bottles, you mean? Well, I will just fish. I will do fishing. Like here. Oxilian's rod number 1. Luck of the sea 3, lure 3, unbreaking 3 and mending. I will just do fishing to repair my gear. Of course it takes a little bit longer. So for about half an hour to an hour I got a fish. But this also works. Another way to repair my gear is killing mobs at night and animals through the day. Third example of how I repair my gear usually is by mining down coal. Mining coal and selling it to villages. Alright. And you know the drill, when I find a portal I gotta do this. Beautiful. Yeah, it's easy as that. So I will never run out of anything. If I run out of durability, well, I just repair my things because everything has mending on it. If I might run out of rockets, again I'm gonna build a creeper farm. So you can play like this. It just takes a little bit more time, a little bit more work to reach your goals, but it's still possible. Oh. No, you can't fish experience bottles. When you fish up a fish, you get a little bit of experience. So that's how I repair my gear. You don't get the bottles themselves, but you get a little bit of experience every time you fish something out of the water. Alright. Here we have another perfect example of a floating village. This is beautiful. And if you're still wondering if I'm on 2B2T, here I press tab. There you can see all the players. Yeah, I am on 2B2T. Alright, let's take a better view. I guess from down here, it looks good. Yeah. Let's have a fly through. Beautiful. Oh, there is also a blacksmith. Let's take a look inside. Not a lot. But I guess I could set my spawn around here. Because this looks quite good. Gotta find a house with a bed and... Oh! Here is another oddity. Grass block on planks. Beautiful. There is more grass I've seen from the outside. There we go. Alright, I guess the house down there should have a bed. If I'm correct. Yeah, there we go. And now you can see how I usually set my spawn. Like this. Inside of a chest, there is the ender chest. And then I set my spawn. And nobody will suspect that on this little village, there is the spawn of some player. Of course you can trade for EXP bottles. Trading for EXP bottles is one of the fastest ways to get experience. Because when you're just fishing, it takes you, well, to repair one elytra, it takes you about 20 minutes. Except if it is raining. If it is raining, it takes you about 10 minutes or so. But if you have to repair a lot of gear, it's definitely faster using EXP bottles. Here we have a chunk border. Do we have some unupdated water blocks? No, all updated on them themselves, unfortunately. Yeah. Ping is nice to me today. Ah, there is also the line, you can see it through the forest. One chunk wide area. You can't see it always, but when you know what you're looking for, you find the patterns. There we go. Oh, there is a chunk border again. And there we have at least some unupdated water blocks. Yeah, at least some they are beautiful. Yeah, as you can see, the water is not flowing. But you can see there is a little bit of an angle. So this means when one of the blocks gets updated, the water starts to flow. I will demonstrate it by destroying the block underneath. And the water starts to flow. But the block right next to it didn't get an update, so it didn't start to flow. And if you break this one, it's the same. And the blocks adjacent to them won't update because they didn't get one. I hope you understand the water physics a little bit better now. At least how updates work on those blocks. Oh, the wolves are ganging up on the sheep. Yeah, there's a massacre happening. Poor sheeples. Poor sheeples. I wonder what we will find at 9.1 million blocks out. Oh, beautiful. The next oddity. Ah, there we go. Not only floaty boys, but also here is the one chunk wide area made by a boatfly. So that's why you have this beautiful cut-off farm. If there had been a house, the house would have been cut off. But unfortunately, it's just the farm. But still, I think it looks quite nice to find these here. And also the rest of the village was cut off right there. But I'm sure there should have been some houses, but they're not here. Because the chunks in the middle were loaded before. And now the game says here should be a village, and that's the reason why on the chunks which weren't loaded before, but are loaded now, there is the village. And I think it looks quite funny. Combination of the game trying to manage the terrain and also trying to load in the village. That's just awesome. There are a lot of flowers here. Flowery biomes. New chunks, as you can see, lava starts to flow. That's the reason why they are loading so slow, because they're all new. Oh, there are old chunks. They're loading fast. Gotta destroy the E-chest. There we go. Also gotta destroy the portal. There we go. Collect the block. And let's continue flying. Drop this somewhere. Awesome. We're making good progress today. I think there was another portal right here. There we go. And let's continue. There we go. Yeah, there it is. There it is. I had been missing it. Do you see it? Can you see it? 3 half bats. Oh my god. 3 half bats. Awesome. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. Let's visit this. Half bat number 1. People saying half bats are rare. There you have it. 3 half bats, one after another. Let's get closer again. 1, 2, 3. 3 half bats. Gotta look at it again. Yeah. Beautiful. 3 half bats. Yeah. Gotta make a screenshot. Once I get close enough. There we go. 3 half bats. There we go. I really love to find these fuck ups in terrain generation. Like I said before, the chunks in the middle were generated by someone who was flying at an absurd amount of speed. And here we are on the other side. And here we have the beautiful view of 3 bats, which were cut in half. This is just awesome. Let's land next to it. That's a half bat if I've ever seen one. And there are 2 more. Yeah, the villagers are really poor. They can't even afford a full bat. But the half bat wouldn't be the problem. The problem is, how would they be able to get into their houses? They don't have largest like me. Alright, 3 half bats. Yeah, I think that's the best find for today. So far. Oh, also, take a look at this house. It's only 1 block wide. That's awesome. Yeah. And here we also have the path blocks inside of the trees. The holy trinity of fuck-ups. 1 block wide house, 3 half bats, half cut off houses, half church, and path blocks inside of the trees. Yeah. That's just perfect. Alright, let's go. Yeah, sometimes I find really fucked up things on this server. And I love it. Oh, Only 10,000 blocks to go until we get to 9.1 million blocks. Beautiful. My guesstimation is there will be a milestone. The milestone will consist out of a light sign, a big light sign that is partly grieved, and a lot of little smaller light signs, also partly destroyed, and the rest will just be a little bit of a crater under it and 1 or 2 nether portals. That's my guesstimation for 9.1 million, but we will see if I'm right or not. These chunks are new again, that's why they're loading so slow. But at least they're loading, right? 150 ping, that's awesome. Ah, there's another one. There's another one. Alright. This is a strange place with two of them being here. Might wanna check out what is in the near area around it. Because if there is more than one portal, there usually is meant to be something hidden. So let's destroy this one and then check out the near surrounding area. Let's fly up first and take a look. Okay, there is an old village. What's on this side? There is nothing. Let's check out the old village. This could be what the people were looking for. Alright. Maybe we find some oddities right here. Alright. Ah, oddity number 1. Farm at different heights of elevation. This can happen sometimes. It looks kinda crazy. At least in my opinion. Over here is the same problem. The farm is on 2 different heights. Over here it's the same. Alright, and someone destroyed the old blacksmith. And the old blacksmith has a really elongated base, which looks nice. Let's take a look inside of the buildings. Oh! Someone set the spawn right here. You know what I gotta do. Gotta take the chest. Ah, there is another oddity. Can you spot it? A grass inside of the house on dirt floor. This is always nice. Oh, 2 more of these. These always happen in the old villages. Nowadays it's impossible that grass spawns on normal dirt blocks. But back then, it was... Oh, that's new. Never seen a flower inside of a house. Guess this generated also normally. Farm is completely intact. And I guess these were the oddities of this little village. Alright. Let's get back to the axis and back to continuing to travel. Dancy Boy asks, why do I destroy the portals? Well, number 1, I don't like to travel to the nether. Number 2, I just imagine someone who has to respawn on one of the beds that were placed. And then they have to try to find another portal to go back to the nether, but they can't find one that is intact. So in my imagination, if I'm doing this, I can give at least one person the experience of having to grind for flint and steel, having to grind for a diamond pickaxe, and then being able to re-gear. Alright, here is the next village. Also an old one, as it looks like. Hello. Small house. Old house. Alright, let's take a look at the rest. Everything nice, fine and dandy in here, or is there some shenanigans going on? Well, the well has been exposed on one side. That's normal. Oh, normal loot. For a blacksmith. Let's take a look at the houses up there. Oh, also free range for villagers. Sort of. This house looks normal, right? Yeah, completely normal. Oh, another grass inside of the house. Normal farms. Awesome. Alright, just a casual old village. Yeah, elongated basements and foundations. But apart from... Oh, there is also mushrooms growing in this house. Also strange. Let's take a look at these farms. I guess different elevations, yes. And we have an unupdated water block right here. While on the other farm, the water block has updated. Right. And I think that's it for this village. So, let's go. Oh, there's another one. They're really everywhere. And I'm traveling in the right direction. Beautiful. Alright. Less than 5,000 blocks to go soon. Yeah, now it's less than 5,000 blocks to go to get to 9.1 million. And as I've said before, what I think will await us there for the milestone is a grieved big light sign, some small light signs, and 1 or 2 nether portals, and that's it. And a wall with people, where people left some signs. And a little crater should be beneath it of some explosions. That's usually what I find at the milestones. So nothing big. Even the 9 million milestone was a little bit disappointing. Was not a lot going on. Just a light sign, a grieved light sign, and some more small light signs. But who knows? Maybe what I'll find today will be a little bit better than just fucking light signs. And we're getting closer and closer towards the milestone and towards the world border. Yeah, let's get rid of this block. $2.5k to go to the next milestone. Ah, there is the line. Beautiful. $2,000 blocks to go. not lagging. Ping is fine. Alright. Nicely is the half width asks, how's the warp water journey going? Nicely. I am nearly at 9.1. And we should be there in a minute. $200 blocks, and as I've said, we have a fucking light sign. As I've said, we have a fucking light sign, some small light signs, a wall, some random as fuck up blocks. And light was here. I guess we gotta fix this. I started the trend on Constantium, and I gotta continue here. There is no way around it. There we go. Now we have another Lidl sign. Beautiful. Lidl. And we also gotta clean up all the light signs. All of these are light signs. I don't have to check them. They're all light signs. Always. Alright. $9.1 million. There we go. Also, I'm streaming right now. There we go. Yeah, really nothing else. Not even a distraction underneath. That's really a pity. But well, that was 9.1 million. Let's continue. And it was true when I said what was waiting for us at the milestone. Nullkit minus 001 says yo. I say yo back. Alright, we just were at a 9.1 million milestone, and it was just another light sign. As usual. Like everywhere, just light signs. There we go. Moving forward. It's incredible what I found today. I mean, 3 half beds in one village. Right next to each other. Never seen this before. Yeah. At least I was able to take some screenshots. And you might be able to rewatch this stream and also find the 3 half beds if you want to. So many beautiful things I found today. Yeah. Slowly loading chunks in the desert. It's never a good sign. This means all of the chunks are new. But maybe I can find a desert temple, or at least a desert well, to show me that we're having the possibility to at least experience something here. Oh, there we go. Unupdated water blocks. always beautiful to look at. Yeah. They're really awesome. Got a big one. Just for funsies. Alright, let's go. I'm really curious at what might be found today as well. I mean, I don't think that we will find anything cooler than the 3 half-bats I found today, but who knows? There's always the possibility that I find the elusive village that is generated completely underwater. Theoretically, it is possible to be generated or to have been generated on this server, considering what I've found so far on my travels to the world border. I found a house half sunken in water. I found one single house completely underwater with an alive villager in it. I found 2 houses right next to each other, completely underwater, filled with water, with no villagers inside. Because of these things, I believe that it is completely possible that a village could be completely underwater, like Atlantis. Null_KidMC asks, how far have I gone so far? Well, 9,100,050. That's how far I've traveled so far. And I started to travel in the year 2025 before summer, so it's nearly a year I'm traveling. And I nearly made it to 10 million blocks. It would be awesome that I reach 10 million blocks before I have my holidays, but who knows? Could be possible, or could not be possible, depending on how much time I have after work. How many people online today? 567, alright. That's not a lot. Yeah, without hacks and in the overworld. That's how I'm traveling. So, no cheats, no hacks whatsoever are allowed, and no nether travel. So everything I'm doing is in vanilla. And all the rockets you see here, I crafted myself. I crafted them all myself. I had to make a creeper farm, well, not that long ago. At 9.01 million blocks out. And I also made a video about that. Oh, pink sheep, beautiful. And then I had to farm for around 1.5 weeks to get my e-chest and all my inventory full of rockets. So here we have a cut-off house, and here we have a baby zombie, which is about to kill me. Beautiful. What else is janky and funky in this village? Here is an old blacksmith. Always beautiful to see. To run around like a baby. To take a look at the other houses. Hello creeper, and by creeper, boom creeper. There we go. Alright, here we have a cut-off farm, as you can see. Only 2 blocks wide. The water blocks already have updated. On the other side, the farm also has been cut off. And here we have a cut-off house. Beautiful. So this pit stop was totally worth it. Let's make another boom creeper. Perfect. And let's go. Null_KidMC says, your patience. Yes. You have to be patient when you're traveling like me. But every little milestone I find is an achievement for me. Every 10,000 blocks is an achievement. Every 100,000 blocks is a bigger achievement. And every million I reach, I really celebrate. While others are just, well, using baritone or some speed hacks and traveling through the nether. And within a few hours, they're at the world border. But my travel will take me around 3 years altogether. But I'm really taking it slow. I mean, when you find something like this, you gotta stop and admire it. Sand particles dripping down. Water not being updated. It's just beautiful. And also the sun is having problems to rise. You can see it. It's jumping up and down. Awesome. Alright. Get rid of these. And let's change the elytra. Oh, now it's brighter. Beautiful. Alright, I gotta fly in the air because I gotta grab myself something to drink. So I'm gonna be AFK for about 30 seconds. And as I've said, I'm back. Yeah, I can be AFK for a bit when I fly up straight in the air. At least when the ping is this forgiving like it is today. Only when I logged in I had 5k ping and plus. But I resolved this by just relogging in. Sometimes this fixes it. Because, and if you're having the same problem with any Minecraft server at home as well, just try relogging. Most of the time it fixes your ping problems. Not every time, but most of the time. It's the same as shutting off your computer and turning it on again. This is a system that usually works every time. 99.9% of the time. Beautiful. I really needed something to drink. Oh, there we have a ruined portal, but I'm not even gonna bother checking them. The only thing I would be curious is to find things with more than 3 enchantments. But they're so rare that I don't even bother checking them. And all of the chunks around me should be new, because they're loading so slow. And I don't think that yeah. All chunks are new. Except here. What do we have here? Here we have a chest, which I'm gonna take. And here we have a monstrosity of portals, which I'm gonna destroy. And I think part of that, there's nothing. What is over there? Oh, another floating village. Mixture between floating and non-floating. Alright, we have a cut-off farm over there. Oh, I just fell down. Let's fly up again. Oh, it continues here as well. Alright. I see. But it's two different villages. The only crazy thing is that inside of this village, a broken portal also appeared. Could it be that some of the blocks inside the house got changed? No. Alright, back to the other one, because there I saw some furnaces which were stacked up and definitely placed by players. Yeah, right here. I guess someone set the spawn in here. Alright, at least they took the bat somewhere. Maybe it's this house. Let's take a look inside of the furnaces. Could be something. No, just a little bit of coal. And that was it, I guess. Alright, a few creepers. 1, 2, 3, 4. But apart from that, I guess this village is normal. So, let's continue. And we're back on the axis. Wonderful. Oh, another playable structure, you could say. Just a few blocks as a road. Let's check out the signs. Alright, 2 people were here. What was the date? 2020 and 2018. Okay. Kinda sorta old. But I don't think that there is anything. Just random peaksy portals. Oh, here we have a bigger desert. There might be a chance of finding a desert temple, but no, it's over already. Turned upside down. Shipwreck. Always nice to find these. Alright, another desert. A little bit of chunk borders going on. Ladder is still looking fine. I think I'm gonna throw out these because I don't need them. Oh, there is another portal. 2 portals, okay. So we might want to check out the near area around here. Portal number 1. And the next portal. Beautiful. Now we gotta see what's around here. Usually you find, if there is something right next to the portals. But I don't think that there is anything. No. So let's continue. Forwards and upwards. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5. I took 5 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 stacks of rockets are used up today. All right. That's not bad. But I made it also further than 100,000 blocks today, which is good. Normally I don't have that much time for continuing my travels, but today is a good day. Today I've got time. Ah, and here comes the moon, shining beautifully bright today. Right, what is this? I don't know. Some kind of structure underneath. Alright. At the borders of different biomes, terrain also can get a little bit funky. I love these pillars. Yeah. A little bit funky, but beautiful. That's a big cave, right? Yeah, big one. Alpha LND 304 asks, do you listen to music while you're traveling? Sometimes yes, but not when I'm recording a video or making a live stream. So most of the time I'm not listening to music, because I want to make beautiful memories for me and all the others who love to watch my videos. So I can't use any of the music I love to listen to while I'm recording a video, because otherwise I would get copyright strikes. I know of other people who are streaming who are using music in the background, but I won't do that. I mean, that would be distracting me, and that would be distracting you as well. Is there a portal? Or just a little? I think I saw a glow over there. Yeah. At least. Got one of these chests. I think this was just a hidey hole. There are a lot of pillars. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pillars. Okay. Just random pillars. Ah, there is the portal. I knew it. And I don't want to miss anything on my travel. I love to find the curious and strange and funky terrain generation and anything that is out of the ordinary game. So if I was listening to music, I would just enjoy the music and not being able to spot these little oddities I love so much finding on my travel. Right, we have an old village, looks like. Sort of old. Also old villagers with their jobs back then. Alright, this is partly in the ground. What traits do you have? Alright, I see. Oh, this house is on fire. Either someone set it on fire or lightning struck here. I don't know. Hello, Mr. Creepy Boy. There we go. That's how I handle creepers, just running straight through them. Old house, old one as well. Yeah, nothing spectacular. Maybe dirt floor? Yeah. Grass. And 2 grass. Alright, these were the oddities of this little village. Oh, there is another portal. Ah, your engine. Engine E, beautiful. Of course I know engine E. That's awesome. But it's always mind-boggling and also a little bit confusing when you know someone from a server and they have a specific username on one of their accounts. Then they come with another account which has a completely different name and they say, hey, it's me. That's sometimes a little bit hard. Alright. Didn't stick the landing. Let's try again. Too low. And also when the people have different usernames on their social medias, it's so confusing. That's why I am always Oxilian, no matter where I am. Alright. Third try was charm. There we go. So, my friends, I gotta say to you, fuck off. Well, that was easy. Let's continue. Like I was saying, I'm using the same name for all my social medias and all my accounts. I'm always Oxilian. So not to be confused with someone else. New chunks, as you can see. Lava is starting to flow. I always find it interesting how slow it really is on this server. This will take ages to hit the floor. Broken portal, alright. And yeah, changing your names on different social medias, yeah, it's a pain in the bum. When you don't set it up with a specific name in the first place you always wanted to have, it takes such a long time to change it, or you don't even bother. Oh, here we have something we haven't found today so far. If we take a look from... Let's get up here. Alright, there you can see halfly cut off tree. Also right next to it you can see unupdated water blocks. So here we have the chunk border. So, right there. And also if I take a look on the other side, also cut off trees. Right there and right there. So I'm standing exactly in between. I'm standing on the old chunks and right there are the new chunks. It's really beautiful. And here is a ravine. Oh, at sea, so water gets down there. Really beautiful place. Oh, and also on the other side. It's the same phenomenon. Right there and right there. Curious. Shep5502 says, "Hi Oxilian. Well, I'm saying hi to you as well. Beautiful to have you here on the stream. The more people, the better, right? Oh, another cut-off tree. So many beautiful things to find. Right, can we zoom through there? A little bit dangerous, but possible. Alright, let's refill those. Second elytra already half down, but it's still working. Yeah, all of these chunks are new. New chunks are sometimes nice, but when you're trying to cover a lot of ground, it's a little bit painful because newer chunks load much slower. But at least they are loading. And the ping is still fine. 160 around. All right. OTH also says hello. I say hello to you too. And Shep asks, what if you ran out of XP? Well, if I run out of these beautiful experience bottles, it wouldn't matter. I would just set up a fishing hut and fish right away. I got my trusty Oxilian rod number 1 right here. It would take me around 20 minutes per elytra to repair it, so altogether should be around an hour of fishing, but then everything would be repaired nicely. Another method I use to repair my things is mining down coal and selling it back to villagers. And the third alternative I usually use is I just kill mobs during the night, and during the day I kill animals to get my experience back up. Alright, what do we have here? A newer village, alright. Yeah, this shouldn't be in the snowy biome, normally. Yeah, 2B2T fucked up again, right at the edges. Here we have... These frozen. These shouldn't be frozen on this type of village. Everything should be flowing and hot. Because what biome are we in? Savannah. We're in a savannah biome, and here we are in the snowy plains. Where is the edge? All right. Right here. All right. So this village partly generated in the snowy plains. Beautiful, but odd. Definitely. All right. So this farm partly generated inside of this house. So these blocks overrode the house blocks. And on the other side, it's the same. That's cool. I've never seen that before. When you're traveling like that, you always find something new. Right. Nothing underwater, it seems. No. So, let's continue. Ah, there we have the line. Beautiful. Oh, another shipwreck. Why not? Let's check it out. I think there was floating snow, right? No. But the ship is on 2 different heights of elevation. You can see this. And also, it is made out of 2 different kinds of blocks. So, what we see here are 2 different shipwrecks. That's not one, these are 2 shipwrecks. Yeah. 2 shipwrecks in one. Interesting. So let's take a look under that. Ah, that's a legit treasure map. There we go. Here's on the other side is also something. Protection tool, alright. Okay, where should we be heading? To the south. Alright. Can't see the sun. Where we are facing. East. Alright. North, east, south. We gotta go to the south. There we go. And it should be right on the water. Let's go here. Somewhere around here. And usually it should be easy to find. If I take a look at my coordinates, there is the XYZ line. And there is also a line under that called block. And if I take a look at these and I make everything to 9s and I mine down, then I find the chest. So 999 is the key. And that's how you can get there easily. So you don't really need the treasure map. This is just a rough indicator. But then you have to make under the XYZ coordinates, under block, the brackets, the first and third number gotta be 9s. So around here should also be 1. But who knows? You can never know. Let's see. If there is another one. No, just 1. Alright. Let's equip the Elytra again. Oh, there we go. Can I fly out like this? No. No. I'm kinda sorta trapped, so gotta dig my way out. There we go. And we can fly again. Let's get rid of the sandstone and the sand. And we are back on track. I think I will put my little treasure I found, my Heart of the Sea, inside of my treasure shulker. In this shulker I have all the treasures I've found so far. As you can see, I found a lot of name tags, a lot of Hearts of the Sea, a lot of Nautilus shells, a lot of armor trims. Yeah. Yeah, and a little bit of emerald blocks. And so if I have to repair something, I can also barter with iron and my emeralds. It's not a lot, but it's enough for what I'm doing, which is just repairing elytras. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if I'm bartering, fishing, or using EXP bottles. Because even if it takes longer, I would still be able to reach my goal. One day, I will reach the world border. Alright, we dealt with that one. So let's continue. a little bit further today. But the chunks are loading really slow. Come on, chunks. Be nice. We found so many beautiful things today. Please, dear 2b2t, continue loading the chunks as you did before. Stop being nasty. Alright, I'm gonna be opening my second can, because I'm really thirsty. It was a hard day at work today, and it had over 30 degrees Celsius out there. So, really, really hot. I think it even had 32 degrees. That's insane. That's a third of cooking temperature for water. Nearly. Alright, here we have a beautiful forest. And the sun should be up again real soon. After it stops raining at least. Or is it? Oh no, the sun is going down, so the moon is going up. Alright. I think I gotta change my watcher now. Yeah. Better too early than too late. Oh, there is another old village. Oh, here we have another beautiful oddity. Some of you might have seen it today on stream. We have path blocks instead of leaf blocks in a tree. That's an oddity I never get tired of. It just looks so dumb, but still so beautiful. Right. Yeah. Let's take a look at the other houses. This looks fine. The farm looks fine. I think there should be... Yeah. Why not? Let's set my spawn right here. Give me the bat. There we go. Alright. We're gonna be fighting, boys. Get away. Get the fuck away. One more. Alright. Yeah, I know you're attacking me, but please let me close the door. Alright. There's a baby zombie also running for me. There we go. We made it out. And just like that, I set my spawn. It's raining really long today in the game. Strange. Should stop raining soon. At least the chunks are loading a little bit faster now. I want to find at least one more oddity today. before I call it quits today. Is there a cave inside? No, just a cave in, not a cave itself. Come on. Oh, another portal. Gonna try to land again. Oh, it's a double one as well. These are hard to land on. Just be slow, slow. Yeah, I did it. There we go. 1 and a 2. And let's continue. Ah, Pillager Tower. Always beautiful. Let's see what we can find today in here. Unfortunately, no horn. What? You were shooting at me. Fuck you. I love to find the horns. My favorite, of course, is Sing. That's my favorite horn. Oh, small little island. And endless ocean again. Well, not nearly endless, but a lot of water. Oh, another one of these pesky portals. Gotta deal with it. There we go. And let's continue. And another portal, so close to the other one, alright. Strange, but, well, they're just everywhere. And also a bed right next to it, beautiful. Alright. Where is the E-chest? There is no E-chest. Perfect. So, let's continue. When does it stop raining? The game is sometimes really strange when it comes to weather. can rain for days without stopping on 2v2t. But it should stop eventually. And again, there is the oceans. We're making good progress today. Nearly made another 50k blocks since the last milestone. Could it be that I make 200,000 blocks today? Which would be insane. But I'm not sure if I'm able to do that today. We will see. All depends on how the chunks are loading. If the chunks are loading like this, then I guess it could be possible. But if the chunks are slowing down, I don't think it would be possible. So it's always up to the server performance. How far I can make it in one day. And also how much time I've got after work before I gotta go to bed. Because tomorrow work starts again at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I gotta be prepared. I don't want to have just a few hours of sleep. So that's why I only can play for 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 hours on some days, and on other days I only have about half an hour of free time, which most of the time I'm not going to use for playing video games, but instead of just relaxing and doing nothing. But today is a good day, got a lot of time. And here we have another village. Alright, there is a zombie. There is another zombie. A kind of farm. And a kind of house. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3 blocks white house. Beautiful. Oh, and you farmer boy, you're also wearing a helmet. I see. That's why you're not burning. I'll leave you be in your beautiful village. So, I say to you, bye, Mr. Zombie. But I gotta go. Onwards and upwards. To the next portal I gotta destroy on my way to the warp border. There we go. Let's continue. There is another one. Are you kidding me? So many portals. One or after another. Alright. When's the last time a slur had been said in chat? Well, there you go. I'm not gonna say that word, but that's a way to circumvent the chat protection. It's easy. Just say it the words backwards. Oh, it already had polluted. But let's take a look. Maybe someone left something inside. Gunpowder. Golden apple. I fancy that. Another golden apple. Alright, so we got 2 golden apples. Constantium charm coming over. Well, I'm from Constantium. Alright, let's continue. There is another portal, are you shitting me? Alright, let's continue. For some, base hunting is great fun. On this server as well as on Constantium. It all depends what your playstyle is. If you enjoy base hunting, well, then base hunting is fun. Over here and over there. I'm not into base hunting, I'm more into traveling and enjoying the weird and funky terrain generation. If I find a base, of course, I would check it out, but that's not my main goal. I want to find this. Right as I turn around, I find it. Beautiful. You see this wacky ass terrain generation. That's what I'm on the server for. Flying and floating villages. Just beautiful. It's like someone painted one house after another, and then I thought, well, we need another house over here, another house over there. So a few little dots just sprinkled in the air, making this beautiful scenery complete. Alright, let's continue. Alright, chunks are loading slow again. And fast again at the same time, so a mixture of old and new chunks. I see. Oh, what do we have here? Player belts? Yes. There we go. And let's continue. Wow, 5 people are watching the stream at the same time. That's incredible. Hello, y'all. 6 people? I'm cracking records today. Nice to have you all here. It's amazing how many beautiful people are here today. Ah, beautiful. think some of you never have seen my skinning game. There we go. Beautiful colors and sprinkles in the hair. Most of you just seen me with armor on, but here is the hair. Here you can see the body a little bit, and I think it's beautiful. Alright. Let's put on the armor again. Null underscore KidMC says only 20 million blocks to go left. 20 million and a little bit. I would say 20.85 million blocks and a little bit more. But yeah, you're right. Only about 2 more years to travel, and then I should be at the world border. That's correct. I have been on this travel for around a year now. I think I started traveling towards the world border on the 1st of June last year. And I tried to continue my travel as often as I can for as much time as I can spare. And today I have a little bit more time, so I'm able to travel a little bit further. Because during this summer I won't be able to travel, I think, for 2 months anywhere. Because I'm trying to go to by bike for 2 months. I'm making a bike trip in Germany. So I won't be able to upload any videos for 2 months. At least new ones. I already prepared a lot of videos which are gonna be uploaded every day during the summer. But I won't be able to make new videos of my travels. So whatever you see there are snippets of old videos posted together, unreleased videos you're gonna see during summer. And also I'm trying to record my whole journey while traveling on bike in Germany with little short videos. I try to upload every time I can get to any Wi-Fi spot. So it's gonna be a fun time during summer. And my goal is to travel from the Bodensee, from Konstanz, up to the Northern Sea, up to Hamburg. The direct distance would be around 1,400 kilometers. But I'm not traveling there straight. I want to visit as many beautiful cities as I can in Germany with my bike. And I also will have a small tent with me. This looks interesting. Again, not updated water blocks. So during the summer I will be mostly on my bike. And I will try to answer all the comments I can. But we will see. Half of them I will have access to free Wi-Fi. But I guess it will be fine. Beautiful coral reefs. Awesome. Broken portals. Yeah. Alright, I think I'm gonna look out for a beautiful place to log out today. Because I nearly made 150,000 blocks at one day in one sitting without any break. And I consider this a milestone in my book. Ah, there we go. There is a beautiful tree. There we go. We'll also mark the place a little bit with some torches to make it a little bit more cozy. Alright. And just like that, we've made it 150,000 blocks. In one day. I'm so happy. It was wonderful to have all of you here in chat, to have all of you here in the stream, watching me, asking questions, and just being here. And I gotta say to you, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!